Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing my out-of-box review for the HG Build Custom Lightning Back Weapon System Mark III. Alright, so thank you once again to MindFenix Hobby Store for sending me this kit to share with you guys. I'm actually very pleased with this kit. Actually, I like this quite a bit more than I expected. You know, going into this review and then even like just all the time leading up to the release of this kit, I was thinking like, yeah, that's like, okay, that's a thing. Didn't really care too much about it. But actually after building it and like after just like having it and seeing it, and I just think it's actually pretty cool. Just like here as it is, it makes a pretty interesting looking, just like ship, yeah, I don't know, like jet kind of looking thing, just like flyer on its own. The only stickers that we have for this kit, if you remember, were just a few different gray stickers that are just going on these parts inside there. You see on the front and the back. There's 3 stickers there, there's like 2 there, and then 1 on the front as well. So those are the only stickers that we have for this, so just making up those few little gray color apps. Overall, construction was very simple. As I said, it's bigger than I expected, so that's kind of interesting. I unfortunately don't have a Lightning Gundam to be able to show this with for you guys. I'm just going to use the Scramble Gundam in this case, but I'll just go over this for you guys. Anyway, for the most part, the details on this are really good. There's just a lot of nice panel lines there that will make painting this look really good. There's some areas like on the sides, there's some larger parts that don't have a whole lot of detail, so there's definitely room for adding more detail if you wanted to do some extra scribing or panel lining, things like that, just adding some extra little details in there. You could definitely do that with this kit, with it just being like a really simple basic kit. I mean, obviously you're not going to expect too much just out of the box. So let's talk just a little bit about the articulation, what you have built in with this. So here on each of these 4 little wings, you have this beam saber handle, which you can pop out like that. I guess you could like point that forward and pretend, I guess if you had a pin set, you could drill a little hole in there and turn that into like gun barrels. You could have just like 4 little gun barrels pointing forward on there. That could be a thing you could do. Anyway, these are each individual little beam saber handles, but unfortunately we don't have any beam saber effect parts included with this kit, so you'll have to use extras from another kit or something like that. I don't know, you'll have to make some with some extra pieces of runner. Anyway, these will fold up and down like that. You can also rotate these in and out. You can rotate this part up and out like that. You can rotate this whole section of the side like that. So quite a bit of articulation here in these wings. So a lot of different angles and stuff that you can do with that. So that's pretty cool. The main body of those is all pretty much one piece. Here we just have like the rifle parts. So this is like the handle there, you can see under there obviously. So we can just pull this off like that. And then basically like this part will attach onto the backpack, and this will become the rifle just by folding that forward. And that is essentially just the rifle that we can use with this if you don't have the rifle that is included with the Lightning Gundam, which as I mentioned, I don't have. So anyway, if you take this off though, then you can also just use this part just as a gun by itself as well. So just having this handheld, this handle moves a little bit as you can see here, but it doesn't really seem to be for anything. So yeah, anyway. We do also have this small piece here, and what this is for is, as you can see here in the manual, this is for attaching this piece of the Lightning Gundam. I believe that's like part of Lightning Gundam's shield or something. Attaching this onto the bottom of the rifle once you install that rifle into this, but yeah, again, won't be using that, so won't be using this piece in this review. So yeah, another cool thing that this has is that there is a point for you to be able to plug an action base into this, so you can just have this just flying on its own, which is cool. And like I said, I think this thing makes a pretty interesting looking just kind of like flyer just by itself, so this is definitely a cool thing that you can do with this kit. If you didn't want to put this onto a kit, just have it just by itself as like a support unit or something. If you had like this posed up together with one of your Gundams, it could look pretty cool. Well, why don't we just go ahead and do that. Here we are. Just have these posed together. Here you can see like how big this is. It's quite big, and like these wing parts of this are really, really long, so trying to pose this together with a Gundam, one problem that you might have is just because you can't get them that close together because those wings on there are quite long. But if you had enough display space to make like a proper display, or especially if you wanted to do like a diorama, you could make a really pretty cool diorama with this. This is just something I just whipped together just for an example, but you can see how you could maybe do something cool with this. But let's do a little combining here and put this guy on the backpack. Psych! Well, I wanted to show you this with the Scramble Gundam, but I guess I'm not going to be able to because I forgot that this only has a single peg connection point, so you'll have to use this with a mobile suit that has just a single peg hole in the backpack. Not many of them do, so I think you are going to be a little bit limited in terms of the kits that you can use this with. Of course, just drilling a single hole into the back of a Gundam is not the most difficult thing to do. It takes about 5 minutes or less, and it would be a very, very simple procedure if you did want to adapt this backpack to use, or if you did want to adapt a mobile suit to take this backpack. Anyway, but just for the purposes of this review, I just quickly found a different kit that would allow me to use this. So this particular kit, the Double Zeta 2, has just a single peg hole in the backpack for its backpack. So I was able to use this with this, just for an example of what you can, so you can see how this is going to look with a kit. Now the Double Zeta 2, if you remember, is a pretty large kit and especially very tall, and this is like just as long, so that will give you an idea of how long this kit is, the backpack I'm referring to now, those wings. So if you're planning on using this with like a shorter kit, like say for example the Wing Zero Hono, if you wanted to use this with that, having that kit stand up with this backpack on, you're definitely going to have to either have the wings out at an angle or angled back at an angle or something. It's not going to be able to stand straight up, or you'll have to put it up on an action base anyway. So that's cool though. Nice big long wings though, nice big parts. It would be kind of disappointing if we had this kit and just the parts were just kind of like small, puny, and like not very impressive. It just wouldn't be very exciting, but I think that definitely makes it more exciting, the fact that these wings and this backpack in general is nice and big, and that gun is pretty okay just as it is like that. Yeah, it's not bad, like, actually, to be honest, so I don't know. And again, you can take off that whole lower part and just use it as that just like smaller rifle too if you wanted to. So yeah, pretty cool set. So that's going to be it for my review of the Lightning Back Weapon System Mark III. Great kit, I think. Definitely if you wanted to do some customizing, just make something a little bit different on one of your kits. Of the Lightning Backpack Weapon System, Lightning Back Weapon Systems, I haven't built the other two, but this is definitely my favorite of the three just in terms of looks. Like I said, haven't built them, so can't really fully compare, but I have never really wanted to build them. So I don't know, who knows, maybe if I did, maybe I'd like them. Same thing with this one, but I think this one is definitely probably my favorite. So check it out if you're interested. One thing just more about the colors, very cool colors of this. Obviously I would definitely recommend painting it, but if you're not, I think this is pretty cool colors. I like that off-white kind of beige color, and then the red is like almost magenta. It's like a really bright red, sort of like magenta-ish color there. So pretty cool colors here for this. Obviously it's not really going to match most mobile suits, so if you're going to be using this with a mobile suit to make like a custom or something, you might want to repaint this to match the colors. So anyway, that's it guys. Thanks for watching. If you have any other questions or comments, leave those down below. Again, there's other stuff that you can do with this, I'm sure. Lots of different customizing things you can do if you want. It's just totally up to you. Just once again, it has those beam saber handles in there. You can use those if you want. I didn't demonstrate that in this review because we don't have any beam saber blades included. But I think you guys all know what beam saber handles do. So thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.